Hello and welcome back to Life in Recovery. Did you know that penguin wee makes up about 3% of the ice in the Antarctic? Well, now I've got your attention on to the proper content of this video. We're not going to be talking about penguins, I'm afraid. We're talking about bucket lists and making wish lists. If you don't know what a bucket list is, it's basically somebody jotting down experiences or achievements they want to be able to accomplish in their lifetime. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because I actually made a bucket list a couple of weeks before I was discharged from hospital, and it happened really very organically. I didn't want to forget a couple of slightly more unconventional wishes that I wanted to do when I'd been discharged, and so I thought I'll pop them down on a piece of paper. And I sat down one morning in my room in the hospital, and this pretty giant list suddenly appeared. I think I spent about half an hour solidly, writing stuff down. And actually I met somebody recently, or I re-met somebody recently, who was in a similar sort of condition, was very, very ill, and she wrote one herself as well, a wish list of things she wanted to do when she was well enough to do them. And I think the main thing is that these aren't, well, we're not making a 5-year plan. They're going to be little kind of short-term goals. It can be something as simple as making somebody a cup of tea. I know that when you're chronically ill, a lot of the time you'll have carers and your family and your friends, doing everything for you or doing a huge amount for you. And doing something as simple as making somebody a cup of tea for the first time is such an incredible feeling, and you could put that down. Or it could be something a little bit bigger, going out to dinner or watching a film at the cinema, or giving somebody a proper hug, standing up, giving somebody a good old squeeze. That's an incredible feeling. I think it's a really great motivational tool. It gets a lot of excitement going. You can really say to yourself, gosh, I'm actually going to get better. I'm don't think I'm going to have a relapse, or I think I'm really coming out the other side of this. And that's an amazing thing to be able to say out loud and have written down on a piece of paper. Things that you are going to be able to do. That's the massive thing, is you can look and say, I'm going to be able to do that. I'm going to be able to do that soon. And it's not about ticking things off, crossing things off a list or ticking a box. You have to be mindful of the fact that you are experiencing this. Be present in the moment when you're making that cup of tea, you're pouring in the water, you're stirring the milk in. It's got to be more of a whole person experience, rather than looking outside yourself and saying, oh, I know, I can go back and get my list out and cross that off. It's not about that. And actually, to show you mine, just very quickly, this is mine, my actual one. You can see there's a lot on there, and I actually haven't added anything since I was discharged from hospital last year. And you can see that I've left mine completely intact. I haven't crossed things off at all or made little squiggles, so it's preserved in its entirety. And I can look back on this and think, well, I did it. But also there's things on there I haven't done yet. So it's a good reminder. It's a good thing when I've got a spare weekend or something, or a spare afternoon. I can think, oh, maybe I'll do that today. So it's a great yeah, as I said, it's a great tool to be able to reflect on what you would like to be doing in the short term if you have some time to dedicate to pleasurable things. It's a great thing to do, I think. And you can also involve your friends and family in it as well. It's not something that you necessarily have to do. I certainly have kept mine pretty private. There are some goals on there that maybe I wouldn't want everybody to know about, but it's a lovely thing to be able to share with your loved ones and the people that you care about. So that's why I think it's quite a nice thing to be able to create a little bucket list yourself. And I'm actually just going to leave you with a quote from a British poet, and he was poet laureate for about 30 years, I believe. His name was Robert Southey, and he said, "To a resolute mind, wishing to do is the first step toward doing. But if we do not wish a thing, it becomes impossible." So until next time, I'm going to wish you a very lovely day, and goodbye.